really know what's going on in your business. So what we had happen, and I'm dealing with this today, is so again, like if you watch this channel, like but in case you don't, like the way we do our process is people call on the phone, we give them a price, like a ballpark price. They want to move forward, they pay $75 for us to go out for an actual quote, and then from there, we book the job, right? So anyway, we had a person that called us. They got a ballpark. They paid us $75 to go out, and then we went out, right? And then when the office tried to call and give them the estimate, like they can't get a hold of them for whatever reason. Like they try to, I think they called like twice and maybe text twice or something like that. And then so my project manager, this is the one that's in charge of, giving out the pricing, booking the job and handling everything, from there on out, right? So she's decided that because they didn't answer twice and because they didn't answer the text twice, that they were putting them in lost sale. So lost sale means like we lost the sale, we're done trying, like we're just done, right? Well, this job, I don't know what the profit is, but on average, like the minimum is like 1800 dollars depending on the size job, but the average profit is $2,900 per job, right? So anywhere from $1,500 to $2,900. She basically said that I'm done with you because you didn't answer, right? Now, I don't know about you, but if someone paid me $75 to go out, there's a good chance, knowing our numbers, there's a 70% chance that they're going with us, right? On average. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. But that's what we're looking at, right? So, but she took it upon herself to do that, right? Now, how did we know about that, right? And it's only because my wife, like at the end of the night, will typically go through and start looking at, what's going on with business. And the way we can do that is because we have notes on everything. We record all the calls. We record all the text message. We record everything. So it's very hard to hide. But so that's a big issue, right? On top of that, I explained to them that our profit for this month completely fell off the cliff. Okay. So where we were last month to where we are this month is we're at 45% of last month. Okay. Now, on top of that, well, I guess in continuation of that, the major reason why we dropped off, or it seems to be a huge reason for the drop off, is because myself and my wife went down the shore. Okay, so we go down the shore for the summers, and when that happens, obviously, you don't have my wife constantly in the office with them and everything else, so you don't have that constant motivation factor and everything else, and someone there just to watch what the hell's going on. Not that we should have to babysit, but anyway. So we go down the shore, and like there's this huge drop off, and then we're finding shit like this where it's like, oh, I'm done with you. Like, no, the fuck, you're not done with them because they have between $1,500 and $2,900 of my money. So I don't know about you, but like this is extremely upsetting. On top of that, the workload that is getting done is nowhere near where it needs to be. Now, for the last 2 years, like every summer we go down the shore, right? And every summer this would happen. Every summer. And my wife would be complaining. She's like, I don't think she's working that hard. Like, she's got to get more shit done. Like, she's going too slow and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, how do you even know? Like, we're not there. And like, you haven't even really done the job. So, but she was out on maternity leave. And then so at that point, my wife took over. And so we went from, I looked at the call volume, like so far for the last 30 days, we've had like 375 calls. Back when Maria was running, my wife was running the job, we had 575 calls in that 30-day period, right? So you're at like 40% more call volume. plus the contact forms. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I'm telling you, there was like 8 to 12 contact forms on top of all the calls that we're getting, right? And so it got to the point where my wife's like, "You got to shut off the contact forms. Like we legit can't handle it." Like it was bonkers, right? So you don't have all the contact forms. You have like 40% less phone calls coming in, and yet you're working more hours than my wife did, right? Like, what the hell is going on? And then on top of that, then you have the issue of just being like, I'm done with you when this person already paid us $75 to go out. So, long story short, like, if unless you have systems in place, unless you're specifically looking at different things within your business, there's a really good chance that you don't know what the fuck is going on, like, at all. Because, and these people, like this person I brought in, like, I've known her for years. Like, I've known her for like 15 years at this point, and like, we're friends and everything else. And like, you would think that friends and the other person's a family member, which obviously you shouldn't hire family, but whatever. You know, it's, you would expect them to do the certain level of business. It doesn't matter how long you've had a relationship with someone. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, you have to physically check up on these people. Like, you have to. And because otherwise, what happens is you're going to be in my situation where you are at 45%, well, actually 55% less profit. You have more overtime going in. So working more hours, these people are like, so I'm paying more labor. I'm making way less money. And then on top of that, I'm finding out that like they're writing people off just because they couldn't get a hold of them twice. Right. So it's just a warning and a reminder to always check up on your people. You're always going to think you're in a certain space, and it just comes down to the end of the day. It's, for me, it's blatantly obvious. Well, there's two things. Like, it's either we have the wrong type of business or we have the wrong type of people. And for us, like, I think it's a combination of the two. Like, I feel like we're kind of maxed out where we are, though we do have the two new sales guys coming in, but then like they're going to book all these jobs, and then we're still dealing with this original person that's turning work away. So what else is she doing to kind of turn away work from my business? Because we're finding other issues. There was emails kind of going back and forth, and like the person's getting upset, and we're like, yo, this is a fucking phone call at this point. But the reason why she's not doing the phone call is she doesn't like answering she doesn't like the phone. But we don't care. Like, we just don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, it used to be like all kumbaya and like, I'm going to do whatever for my employees and blah, blah, blah. But it's just going to be a conversation today, which I did with the wholesale side. And like the wholesale, like the crazy part is we're $10,000 less in profit on the wholesale side. Yet it only takes an hour a week of my time, and they just do their freaking job. Whereas on Deptford Fence side, it's like, yeah, it's 10 grand more in profit, but it's taking my wife 20 and 30 hours a week, plus all this frustration of like constantly checking to see what the hell these people are doing. So again, it's a combination of two things. But anyway, so yeah, that's all I got for today. I'm going for blood work because I finally got life insurance. So if you don't have life insurance, you really should probably get it. It's something I kept on holding off on. But now they're making me do the blood work and all the other kind of stuff. So that's where I'm going. So anyway, hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. And again, if you have any questions, you can either put them in messages or send an email, support@localprohelper.com. I can't really do one-on-one help just because I just don't have the time, because now we're building up this wholesale side of things, which is pretty exciting. So if you do wholesale side of things, the one guy I was talking to, he doesn't do inventory or anything, which is really scary, just because I came from the McDonald's universe where we would freaking inventory like the top 10 items like every single day. There were certain items like bacon we would actually inventory because it came in these packs, and it was like $50, $60 a pack back then, because it came like, it was like the thickness and size of like a 500 pack sheet of paper, like that size, actually a little bit less than that size, and it was like $60 or $70 worth of bacon, right? So anyway, we would inventory that multiple times per day, and then we would do full-on inventory counts once a week. So that's what's kind of been inbred into my brain, because I know what happens like when you don't inventory. Like when you're not watching the shit, like stuff starts to go missing. But anyway, so I'm building up that system. So if anyone needs that, let me know in the next few weeks. Like, we're getting that pretty dialed in. but it's going to be like wholesale pricing, customer pricing, depending on who's logged in, stuff like that. So it's exciting. I like starting new businesses, so that's where I like doing. But anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day and talk to you soon. Bye.